Adam and Eve to these trees, his voice gentle but clear. "You may eat from any tree in this whole garden," he said, "but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. If you do, you will surely die." It wasn't that God didn't want them to have something good. It was that he loved them too much to let them choose what would hurt them. The tree's fruit wasn't meant for them, because knowing both good and evil would bring sadness, pain, and things they had never known before. So every day Adam and Eve could walk past the two trees. The tree of life stood there, glowing with God's promise, and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, well, it stood in quiet stillness, its fruit gleaming, waiting for someone to decide if they would obey or not. The garden was full of freedom, beauty, and love, but also trust, and trusting God was the most important thing of all. One warm, golden afternoon in Eden, when the air smelled like fresh blossoms and the rivers sang softly, a new sound rustled in the garden. It was a slithering sound, slow, smooth, and sneaky. From between the bushes slid a serpent, but not just any serpent. This one had eyes that sparkled like polished stones and a voice as smooth as honey. It was clever, very clever, and hidden deep inside its heart was a dangerous plan. The serpent had been watching Adam and Eve for a long time. It had seen them laugh together, care for the animals, and walk with God in the evenings. But most of all, it had seen them pass by the tree of the knowledge of good and evil without ever taking a bite. One day, as Eve walked near the tree, her fingers brushing the flowers nearby, the serpent slid closer. It tilted its head and spoke in a voice almost like a whisper. "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve looked at the serpent in surprise. She answered honestly, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God said we must not eat from the tree in the middle of the garden. We must not even touch it, or we will die." The serpent's mouth curved into what might have been a smile, but not a kind one. "You will not surely die," it said softly. "God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like him, knowing good and evil." Eve felt her heart beat faster. She looked at the fruit. It was so bright, so perfect, and it smelled sweeter than anything she had ever known. The serpent's words curled around her mind like vines. "Don't you want to be wise? Don't you want to know what God knows?" The gentle breeze seemed to pause. The birds grew quiet. Even the leaves stood still, as if the whole garden was waiting to see what Eve would do. The serpent watched, silent now, its glittering eyes fixed on her. The choice was hers.